viral now.
Yeah.
What's going on? There's a claim says that you guys already got the information about the risk rate last night and already transferred some numbers of foreign workers in your company.
Rubbish.
So can you like to comment on
Of
that,
course. I mean,
please?
it's a unfounded, or I would say a business allegation, and at the same time, it's like I really don't know what to say because that's not true, man. It didn't. Yeah.
What do you make of the rubbish that is strewn all along the back road? Obviously, they're from the factory because they have holes of the hand gloves.
Okay, so with this one, okay, this one, if you want me to be really fair with my comments on this, I'll tell you the truth. Look, when these guys come here and like we set out the rules and we try to enforce it, on our part, it takes a certain amount of like education and constant like reinforcement of the knowledge for them to follow. And you know, the number of workers is high, and to get them to cooperate with us as well. You know, certain things like spitting on the ground, right? It's common in where they come from. No hate on them, it's where they come from. So when they come here, we tell them, look, it's unhygienic, you can't do things like this. And it takes time for them to develop that habits, right? These habits.
So basically it's the workers' fault that the...
I mean, you want to phrase it like that, I would say it's unfair. I'm not saying it's the workers' fault. What I'm saying is that for us to be able to keep it like spick and span, it requires both sides of it, right? And while we also do our best to clean it up, it constantly happens, we constantly clean, but it takes time, man. You know, the older workers that have been here a few years, they already have sort of, they have built their habits, right? So they don't do it as much, but then some of the newer ones come, and we have to repeat the entire cycle again.
Are you satisfied with the standards that you provided?
I mean, as I said earlier, right? With the standards provided, there's always going to be room for improvement, for sure. You know, like if you want to say like on a scale, like whether I'm 100% satisfied, I would say personally, it's better than what a lot of people have, but it's not the best.
Are you prepared of if there's any further action taken by the authorities?
Pardon?
Are you prepared if there's any further action taken by... if the further action is taken by the authorities? Yeah. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to face it?
Well, as I mentioned, right, this act has come into an, and it's an educational approach till then. So what I suspect is if the act is them telling us these are the things that need to be changed and upgraded, of course we will take the action to do it because it's the right thing to do, right?
Sir, can you share with us how many total number of foreign workers still inside there?
On top of my head, there's no way I know that, man. Honestly, there's no way I know that on top of my head.
How long this factory has been...
Oh, BioPro. 9... Again, I can't tell for sure, man. It's honestly, I can't tell for sure exactly when, you know. They started the business before I was born.
How many factories do you have? I mean, it's understandable, like you say, they have habits that they develop over time for their personal rubbish. We're talking about bottles and cans, but we're seeing molds, glove molds there. We're seeing equipment that's being thrown there. I mean, there must be some kind of involvement from the part of the management. I mean, the workers wouldn't be on their own free will taking rubbish from the factory to throw it there when it's not their job. I mean, what can you say to that?
I mean, I understand like where you're coming from, and it's a question that like, if you sit down here if you sit down here like for a week, you'll see what I mean by like, it's a case of like.
No, again, I understand.
Yeah.
When it's personal rubbish, but this is waste manufacturing.
Honestly, if you're talking about like gloves and stuff, you know, all of them wear gloves. Well, pardon?
Like, do you not have a waste contractor, KiniTV and such, to come and collect rubbish?
I mean, what do you think is the answer to that? Obviously, right? We have a waste collector. If not, where would all the rubbish like go about it?
Tell us what you know about it.
No, what is your question exactly, right?
What do you know about the dumping that's happening there? We're talking about glove molds and all that. You're saying that it's a...
I'm not, look, I'm saying like, if they're throwing rubbish around, it's a two-way street. But if you're talking about the molds being there, honestly, I'm not really sure how to answer that because, as I said, right, it's not us throwing it, and maybe we put some cameras there, we find out who's doing what.
So what are you all planning to do about complaints that have been raised today from the authorities, mainly for the, in terms of accommodation?
I mean, to be honest, I haven't read the report, but I'm sure after reading it, there will be some corrective action that will be taken.
But you must know because it's something that you have been aware of for some time.
I literally just got here 10 minutes ago, so if you can be specific about something raised, then I can help you there.
Continually do to educate the workers and all that earlier, you said that?
Yes, that is what we do. You can see the signs like no spitting, you know, don't throw rubbish.
Are you all planning to go back to the drawing board and relook at what you all can do?
I guess you didn't hear me just now, right? There's a constant cycle of workers coming in and going out. Please.
Have you applied for the